Welcome to Radio Redux, guys. This is Chemical Plants. Come one, come all, gather round your computer or internet radio, for Radio Redux is here again. Hi everyone, I'm AAUK, broadcasting to you live from somewhere near the south coast of England for another episode of the very first Sonic related podcast / radio show. That is Radio Redux. Excuse me. We're back after a couple of weeks. Welcome to our first show. There was not another first show of this season. Oh no. There wasn't a situation where the computer completely died and we had to completely sort out the interior and save 2 hard drives worth of stuff. Oh no. There wasn't a load of problems and quite a lot of expense that resulted in all that. Haha. Of course not. But hello if you're listening in. There's been an awful lot happened this week, hasn't there? A couple of talking points that I'm going to get onto during the show. If you're one of those people who doesn't like me talking about stuff, like Subrasonic, just tune out now because you're going to get annoyed. It's one of those things. Apparently, when I stop doing something, I apparently can never talk on the matter again. It's like when I left SEGA, it's like I could not mention community management ever again on anything I did from some people because boo me for daring to comment on my profession. And yeah, and this time I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that's happening in the news, news that I actually broke, funnily enough, and we're going to discuss how that might affect things for like some restrict. Not this week, not next week, not this year, I should say, but the year afterwards, and how things could possibly go into the future. It's there's a few things to discuss there. Some happier news as well, I'm pleased to say, which again we'll get onto later. The music we started off the show with was Sonic the Hedgehog, Chemical Plant Modern from Sonic Generations, of course, and then after that we had DJ Ear with Every Colour Has a Sound. That's a fantastic little mashup. That 5 minutes of absolute awesomeness with all sorts of things from Sonic Colors. That was Max Firestorm who actually sent that to me. There's all manner of things in there. There is actually a list actually here that I have with everything in it. Just to give you a clue, the things that are in there, we had the Refreshinator versus Boss music, Sweet Mountain Act 3, Colours theme, Stark Carnival Act 3, Planet Wisp Act 2 and 3, Aquarium Park Act 3. The Asteroid Coaster area music, Terminal Velocity Act 1, and Speak With Your Heart was obviously in there as well. So you had some cash. It's all there. Oh dear. So I'm not saying oh dear, I've just been told something hilarious, but you'll never know what it was. If only you would know what it was. Well, you'll soon know. And yeah, take lots to talk about today. Who's listening in via Radio Sega and the IRC chat room? Feel free to join at any time, by the way. Hashtag Radio Sega is the actual channel, and you've actually got to go in via SurrealNet. For those of you who had trouble getting in before, if you go in via SurrealNet, or alternatively there's a way you can get in via the radiosega.net, but the one way I always get in is via SurrealNet. I know lots of people struggle actually getting into the IRC chat room and taking part, and you all want to, and I want to hear from you guys. So yes, I've had an interesting time last week. We were just settling into the new house, and then of course we had all the situation with the computer going west. I got asked earlier when Blake Draco would be back. Inigo Venato asked me that, and all I can say is Blake's net, where he's back at his old family house, is pretty bad of an evening. It gets throttled down a lot. Also, add to that, the net here isn't particularly fantastic either. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, that I live in a place where there's a strict limitation on things. And that situation is going to improve, hopefully by June time. We're looking at around and about then as to the the place where all the signals are boosted out, and wherever the local one is of that from my area, that's getting upgraded to the new type of internet, the super high fast broadband, super deluxe extreme with go faster stripes and sparkles and neon in various places, and like a decal of somebody with a keyboard using it as a guitar. Yeah, that's what it's going to be upgraded to. So it's going to be upgraded to that, after which we're going to go straight onto that. It's going to be super fast, and then we can do wondrous things like streaming to video, and you'll get to see me looking absolutely awful. And things like that. And yes, we will get the likes of Blake back on. We'll get him back on before then. I'd love to see it. I love to see it, let's put it that way. See how it goes. Then we can start doing streaming and things like that as well. So, the news. The news, well, we've had all sorts of things going on. We had, for example, we got news in the last couple of weeks of Summer of Sonic. Yeah, that's coming up very soon. In terms of tickets going on sale, apparently. It's not going to necessarily be in the central London area, where it has been before, but in the greater London area, which is a much wider period. But just so long as it's within that area, that should be perfectly fine for everybody. There's as long as it is in that Greater London area, it should be absolutely fine. There's lots of transport links for around that area. It may take you a bit longer because moving around inside London isn't exactly the fastest thing in the world. But all well and good. Apparently, there's a guest rate to be announced as well. Wondrous, absolutely wondrous. News: Hatsune Miku. Vocaloid. Yeah, there's a brand new game out now, which you can get, which has been translated at last, which is the Miku Flick. Miku Flick, da 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 da. Like magic. That's for iOS devices, so your iPod, your iPad. Actually, I don't think there's a specific iPad version available, but we'll see. But it's available now. It's available on both the American store and European store, or at least the UK store. Rory was telling me that, or Busy Lizzie, as she's known, in the chat room currently. She was telling me that it is in the UK. So that's wonderful. There's also brand new details about was it the next Project Diva game? I think it's called the Project Diva Next or Next Project Diva. Any time there's a new game from Sega, the code name for a series, it's Next. Blah blah. I've explained this on the Radio Redux show not that long ago. I don't know if it was the show that we had last time, but so anytime they do a new Project Sega, which is like a Sonic game, until such time as the title is is decided upon, lockdown, which of course that for some games, naming no names, All Stars Racing, it may take quite a long time. So they refer to it as Sonic Next. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you see All Star Racing, if otherwise Sonic and Sega All Star Racing is such a long title because nobody could think of a smaller one. Eventually, the head of Sega just went boom. It's going to be this because you're all arguing because SOE was arguing to SOA and SOA was arguing to SOJ and SOJ was arguing to SOE, and they were all whining at Sumo. So in the end, everyone just went. The head of Sega just went, look, for God's sake, it's going to be this. And then everyone was upset because it was too long. And it's like, well, you should have come up with a better one yourselves. So it's it's all that was fun. But we've got this next Project Diva game. It's coming out on Vita as well as PS3. So it's going to be the first Miku / Vocaloid title coming up on there. There's 2 new characters, which means about 20 billion pieces more merchandise. SF991, there's so many Segas and so little time, it seems. And yes, everyone's happy there's Burning Range in the background. Yes. What else have we had? Well, in Sonic Rex news, there's a bit of Sonic Rex specific news. We're the ones who seem to talk the most. Has anyone else noticed this? On social media and stuff, it's us Stadium, not Stadium, we'll talk about us and Sonic Show are the ones who actually chat the most on social media. We actually talk to people. As opposed to just getting even news updates. We're chatty. Us two and TSSZ are the ones who actually go hi and then gabble on about things. Well, we had a few things this to do with us this last week. It was the last couple of weeks. For a start, we had what updates we had? We had a new Operation Portsmouth video. I know you guys really love the Operation Portsmouth videos. This one had. Well, it was going to have the pirate boats, and then there was a situation with the pirate boats that we weren't really expecting. So check out that on Sonic Rex if you want to. Oh, Disco Ponies has just said in response to what I said about actually talking to an audience. It's like, we know what we're doing, bro. That's why we talk to our audience. Yes, we do. Shanik said, I've seen it on SMB. Oh, I thought you were talking about Operation Portsmouth. Like, what's Operation Portsmouth doing on SMB? No, come see it on my site. That's the point. So we had that. I talked for the first time in a very long time about Swag, which is the Sonic Rex alternate game generator. It's built the site in 2007, people, in various guises, and people started getting into it a lot more. I gave it a bit of an update, quite a substantial one in fairness. I made it comparable with the more recent games, so it's not unleashed levels, but unleashed bosses, colours generations, Sonic 4 Episode 1, all of those guys are now actually in that generator, so you can get all sorts of things. If you go check out sonicrex.com/swag, so it's /SWAG. It'll generate a random title for you based on all sorts of things, which is kind of crazy, and then it'll generate an actual game for you. So it'll like 5 or 6 levels and 3 boss, then 2 mid bosses and a main boss. So that's generated some other stuff as well, in that people have been. Some of the guys like Shadow Fox and also Fenneku have started doing swag boss drawings. So, I mean, I'm going to give you an example. So I'll load up swag. So sonicrex.com/swag, SWAG. Pop the link in there for you as well. And I find out that for some reason the zoom is freaking crazy on this particular site. Right, what's going on? Here we go. So, I mean, for example, I've got actually, I must admit I haven't got that good. So, I've got Black E102 Gamma. I've no idea as my second boss fight. Goodness knows what Black E102 Gamma would be quite like. Here's Max Firestorm. Max, I've already had your request. Wait, so we've got things like that. So we've got level 1 is True Chow Labs Passage. Because these are all different level elements that you have in the game. Okay, so we've got True Chow Labs Passage. My mobile randomly going off. Who is this? It's Earthheart. He wants that version of. He wants that version of Crisis City. Or does he now? Labyrinth of the Black Building is level 2 for me. Also, Naga Albatross. Now that's the sort of thing that those guys would love. Naga Albatross. Dust's House, which if Lifson's listening in would probably kill her. Prison Machine is level 4. The Black Maria. It's obsessed with the word black for some reason in this particular one. Is next boss fight. The Dark Reef, level 5. Level 6 is Azure Troops. Boss fight 3 is a Metal Lancer. And level 7 is Death Knight with the Time Viper 2 as the final boss. Dokover says Perfect Sir Albatross will always be my favourite. Oh, Shane Fox is actually listening in. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. Okay, actually, so I didn't actually go through the list, which is unusual for me. So, hello to Glitch, Sonic Zone Cop, Voice, Vija, Trekkie, Trackety D, The Chaos Sandwich, Name of the Week, The Chaos Sandwich, SF1991, SJ Pipeline, Silver Sonic, Shelly Fox 04, Shadix Leader Croft, RW26 Blaze, Retrix, Omega Sonic, M20, Max Firestorm, J Disco Ponies, Fast Feet, Idigal Vedato, he's coming on his way, D'Artagnan, Dark Overlord, CTR, Bezalezai, Biafra, Amy, AAUK, whoever the hell he is, underscore Spondy, and Trigon. All currently in the IRC chat room. Hello, guys. So I'll get a big massive update for that. I'm going to talk a bit more about swag next week. Do some more stuff. Get some more things in there, like the Unleashed levels. Make sure all the Unleashed levels are represented properly. Probably heroes as well. Make sure that's all done and up to date. When we finally know all the... Do we know all the episode 2 level names yet? Do we actually know all those for definite now? Oh well. One of the other pieces of Rex news was actually we lost a couple of members of staff. Tall Guy went on to... Tall Guy's basically had, for a very long time, great difficulty in even being a part of the stuff we do. Mainly due to the fact that the ridiculous hours that the poor guy works. So I'm actually no problem in letting him go off and do his own thing. Keep free to tuning into Radio SEGA and Ultrawave whenever that's on. That's his show. But he didn't have enough time to devote to SW. So yeah, I thank him for all his hard work, and he's on his way. As is Titan's Creed. Will still be doing stuff on Emerald Coast apparently, but he decided he wanted to go and do more different things, other things. Rabid Noodles has just tweeted me to say a black gown would be more straight up with fools and wear loads of golden chains. If you say so. He'd also be able to jump much higher than the normal, the normal Gamma, presumably. So we've actually got a couple of spaces at the moment for staff, and if you go on the Rex main page, there's somewhere you can just let me know if you're interested. We'll be going through those very soon, starting contacting people about things. We might take in more than 2 people, we may take on less than 2 people, I don't really know. You've got to remember that a lot of the staff on SW, you've got the EC guy, the Emerald Coast guys are on there, although they're really on there just in case anything major happens. And, you know, we work closely with Emerald Coast. Beege's listening in. Hello, sir. And is Shadow Fox... Isn't Shadow Fox doing the wonderful Choose Your Own Adventure cartoons at the moment, if I remember rightly? That's something you should really check out, guys, if you're interested in the comic stuff. Other news we had this week. Okay, lots of bits and pieces. The Nendroids. Those fantastic Japanese toys that everyone loves with the like halfway house between classic and modern Sonic as the model. Those apparently are actually going to be on sale via sonicmerchandise.com. Sonic Merchandise are actually even following us on Twitter now. I got informed earlier. I think they're following Radio SEGA too, and a couple of others. Sonic Retro. Not following TSS. They're following a lot of people who call themselves Sonic the Hedgehog as well. But those guys, I think we might have even broken that story. It was Tracker's story. I think we got it up about over a day before TSS did on that one. We may have broken that story, and if so, good work by Tracker, who's listening in. But yeah, those are going to be available for ordering, so you can actually get them from the UK. But presumably a humongous inflated amount of money for what it is. So if you have ordered it from Japan, bad luck. But good news to see that Sonic Merchandise might actually be doing a bit more than just flinging old Jazzwares stuff at us and stuff we've had we've had available for years and then pretending that it's a new release. That would be fantastic. TSSZ has reported some news, I think they were the first guys to do this, that Binary Domain has suffered some really, really poor sales. Got 20,000 it shipped in March in America, I believe it was. So that's really poor. That's really poor, and is not a good sign in the slightest. Rex actually has a review coming up for that, written by Blake Draco. It's going to have a little bit from me as well in there, because I was the only one who was able to get voice commands to work. In fact, there's some footage somewhere of me trying to get voice commands to work, and it just not liking it at all. So I might even have a video clip in that review of just me just screaming instructions at the My 360, and it just having absolutely no interest in doing any of them. The other thing of big community news was Disco Ponies got married. Yeah, Disco Ponies got married. He's off doing. Was it yesterday? Wasn't it? Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was Friday. What we'll talk about. It was some other day, some day or the other. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sleeping really rough at the moment, and I've got no real clue about time. I'm surprised I'm on here, to be honest, at this exact moment. But whatever the case, he got married to his partner Tim, and we would like to wish him all the very best. And SW might have created some kind of crazy video to wish him well, not get revenge in any way whatsoever. Or the hundreds of times that I've appeared in his other videos. Anyway, we've got a double piece of music coming up. Just for you, Jamie. Something Something appropriate, I think. And I'll explain the second track in a bit. You know it.
Hey little sister, what have you done? Hey little sister, who's the only one? Hey little sister, who's your Superman? Hey little sister, who's the one you want? Hey little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Hey little sister, who is it you're with? Hey little sister, what's your spicy wish? Hey little sister, shotgun, oh yeah. Hey little sister, who's your Superman? Hey little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again.
I'd like to just confirm that there was no shotguns involved at Disco Pony's wedding, and it was more blue than white. Here ends the disclaimer.
Take me back home, man. Hey little sister, what have you done? Hey little sister, who's the only one? I've been away for so long. I've been away for so long. I let you go for so long. It's a nice day to start again. Come on, it's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Wow! There is nothing fair in this world. There is nothing safe in this world. And there's nothing sure in this world. And there's nothing pure in this world. Look for something left in this world. Start again. Come on, it's a nice day for a white wedding. Whoa, it's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day to start again.
to the Sonic VIP experience.
Radio Redux.
Samba.
Radio Redux.
Okay, how many of you are actually dancing along to this? Because I suspect a few. We've got coming up the SOE community team stuff we were going to talk about, and also now we've got Q&A UK. We can overrun a little bit today. There's no Sonic Show on after us, so get those questions in, PM them to me, tweet at Sonic Rex, and there's one just now. Ba-ding! Tweet those in, and I'll answer them at the very end of the show.
Radio Redux. Listener request.
And every night, I lay awake, and I find no conclusion. 'Cause every night, it just stays the same, in my dream of an absolution.
Do you see what you dream? All your troubles are they or what they see? Look around you, then you may realize all the preachers are with their lies. And I might know the future, but then you still control the past. Only you know if you'll be together. Only you know if we shall last. chance. And I might know the future, but then you still control the past. Only you know if you'll be together tonight. 'Cause every night I will save your life, and every night I will be with you. 'Cause every night I still lay awake and I dream of an solution. 'Cause every night I will make it right, and every night I will come to you. But every night it just stays the same. I dream of an solution. In the nightlight, do you see what you dream? All your triumph and all you'll ever be. Look around you, then you may realize happiness lies trapped in misery. And who knows what other future? We can all try to change our past. Only you know if you'll be together tonight. 'Cause every night I will save your life, and every night I will be with you. 'Cause every night I still lay awake and I dream of an solution. 'Cause every night I will make it right, and every night I will come to you. But every night it just stays the same. I dream of an solution. Yeah. Every night I will save your life, and every night I will be with you. 'Cause every night I still lay awake and I dream of a nice solution. 'Cause every night I will make it right, and every night I will come to you. But every night it just stays the same. I dream of a nice solution. Just be what you be. Just be, yeah, all you can be. 'Cause every night, and every night, and every night, I will dream. Yeah, this is my dream.
Billy Jones with the Dreams of an Absolution 2011 version. That was a request. Before that, we had Samba de Janeiro, which was also a request. And we also had Billy Idol White Wedding and Eggman, the Dokra Beatnik mix. So you had another Bentley Jones connection there, because it was Remix Factory. And Paul Short Iron. And the reason why we had the Eggman theme, well, Disco Ponies, as you know, his real name is Jamie Williams, but it's not anymore after his wedding. He's taken his partner's name, so his name is now Jamie Mann. And if you've got the name Mann, there's a few things you can do with it, but he changed his middle name to Egg. E-G-G-E, Egg. And his name now is Jamie David Eggman. Speak Disco Ponies in the chat if you do not believe. He will point you to the picture showing the actual piece of paper written on. Tweeted it earlier. So, with the slightly unsuitable music of My Sweet Passion in the background, we talk about slightly sadder events. Namely some news that I broke via Sonic Rex earlier. Now, as we all know, end of March there was the big SEGA cull. It was a bloodbath, frankly. There was lots and lots of people made redundant. It was a huge restructuring that they've undergone. Kate was lost from SOA's community team, which is not long after she was even hired. And we also, as we found out, lost Laurie, or Lods as he's also known. Basically, nothing was said about the fact that he was let go, but let go he was. We found out this via his LinkedIn page, funnily enough. Yeah, basically, it's not. Basically, this leaves SEGA with no dedicated European community team at all. There's no one there. Once upon a time, there was 4 people, which I was a part of. It was a very strong team, and then we lost somebody, and it went down to 3 people. And then you had that fantastic team of Joe Turner and Martin Snelling and myself. I'm sure you all remember Martin. And then I got shut down again and again. And that team was the most superb team. And it's all been lost now. I mean, they've got rid of the blogs. All the blogs that were ever written for Europe seem to have just been thrown away. Just because. That entire team's legacy has kind of been killed off by this. And it's really bad news for us fans, our owners in Europe. But also contacts in Europe just generally. It's really, really bad news. Because who have you got to talk to anymore? Get via Kelly, but that means you can't do stuff in European hours. There's no way you can go and arrange stuff. Come in. It's bad. So now that there's no European community team at all, what does this mean for everything? Well, it means. Well, apart from the difficulty I've already mentioned, it does mean that in the future, at any rate, there's going to be, you would have thought, some kind of issue with getting stuff done for the likes of Summer of Sonic. A community team isn't just there to chat to you, they're there as a translation team, in many senses. They're there to tell, they're a conduit through which not only do SEGA news get passed down from SEGA to you guys, but your feedback, and your feedback has always been given to the higher ups. What you guys are saying, your opinions on things, go through there, and also your requests, what you want, what you'd like less of, what you'd like more of, what changes you'd like to see, what things you'd like to would like to sort of come over, maybe from Japan, things that have your current interest, trends, even stuff like things that not to do with the franchise, but what you are talking about at the moment. All these things get balled up into a report and sent on for people to see, and is taken notice of, and that does shape the direction and the way company goes from there on in. There is now not that conduit, so there is a fundamental disconnect between what SEGA know and what you guys are saying. Yes, you have that American link still, but there's only so many hours a day those guys can be awake, and there's nobody for you to talk to in that time, and you say you're going to lose out as a result, and it's a crying shame.
Okay.
So, as a result of that, because there's no direct talking, there's no one to actually sort of talk to each other in SOE now at any time. Whenever something comes up for something to do, that's going to take a much greater length of time. There's no one there campaigning internally for you guys to actually do things. So contrary to the TSS article, which I don't really want to bang on about too much, but there's an awful lot of things in there which is like a bit, we pity the SOE team. Here's some examples of all the community work, and most of them are SOA. That was a little bit strange, but I can see why, because they're the ones who've done all of the big showy things. But the big point there was them saying SOE. What was I talking about? Yes, completely lost my train of thought now because I've suddenly heard unknown from me start. The point was that what that actually says is that the SOE community team has always been involved with Summer of Sonic from the very, very beginning. Because the SOE community team was Summer of Sonic, the first Summer of Sonic, that first got the link with the Sega Europe community team with Rom, and it was that link that started the talk, the real talk about what's going on. I'll take that back, because it was the second. It was the first major major project after the Shadow Week on TSS. If you remember that from way back in 2005, old Shadow Week. That was such a major thing, that. Even though you didn't think it at the time. It really was. So you have, but contrary to what that article says, SOE community has always been heavily involved in it. Mostly through me, but also through the other members of the community team as well, because when I was doing stuff at Sega working on Summer of Sonic, those other guys were taking the slack as and when they could for different projects and products and things. You know, maybe there was a DS game or something that I was working on that got passed aside to the likes of Martin or somebody, and they took over and just did that so I could worry about obviously this quite major production. Now, I'm not sure how much influence Laurie has had in Summer of Sonic, because I'm not involved in Summer of Sonic anymore, at least not directly in any way, shape or form. But the fact is, you've got no one there now at Sega arguing for you. There's no one there to say, stick up for you guys and say, no, this decision's bad, or no, the guys wouldn't like that, they'd much prefer this version, or that's a mistake because of previously this, the fans thought this, and this is the same. It's a bit like the Tails voice. When the Tails voice was being designed, I was quite a big advocate of it has to be a good voice, and sort of said, I showed them that again, it's an old story, but I showed them the Heroes clip of Tails, which everyone thinks is the worst voice for Tails, and say it must not be anything like this. And lo and behold, their favourite at the time was a voice that sounded just like that. So it just shows you there's no one there. There's no one there to, there's someone there to rally the calls and chivvy away and prod and poke, and because of that, that's going to really change the way things are. Another thing is that there's no real backup there now. It's the Lights of Summer is the kind of event where there would be a community representation. Now, a lot of times you get, when there's a con on, whenever there's a con in America, you get the SOA guys, the SOA community team out there. Whenever it's been the case when there's been a European one or even a UK one, it's not been the community team, it's actually been the testers. So it's an odd one, but so you haven't got anybody there to staff it now. There's a less of the PR team at Sega. The actual PR marketing team at Sega, marketing specifically, has been shrunk a lot. There's one less person there that I'm aware of. So there's less resources. Obviously, you've got rid of a load of people, so there's less money flying around. how's this going to affect Summer Sonic? How's this going to affect Summer Sonic this year? You know, it's a free event again. At some point it was going to be maybe a half and half, or it was going to be like a very token amount, and it's free again, which is brilliant. But as a result, how much money is there? You haven't got the 20th anniversary. Last year's Summer of Sonic 2001, there was, it was big, it was bold. You had 2 guests from America. You had 2 guests from Japan, 3 guests from Japan, because you had Sunue-san as well as Naka-san and Izuka-san. That's a lot of flight money, a lot of hotel money and stuff like that. But you had that backup of the 20th anniversary, the big pot of money, and it being well within the interests of the company to do a big, massive birthday event. How's that going to affect it this year if you don't have that pot of money? We'll have to wait and see. But going forward, you've got nobody campaigning for that money. This is what I'm saying. You've got nobody campaigning for that money, and you've got nobody saying what would be the best thing. It makes Sven's job a lot harder. Sven's now the one who has to go directly to them and talk about things and justify things. But there's nobody within Sega going, yes, that's a good idea, or this is the way you can do it, and actually taking the time to do those things within Sega, because the games will be always first. You've got less people, you've got less money, you've got probably a less willingness to go as well. It's a really, really tentative, on-edge time to be a fan from what we've had for the past maybe like 5 years, post Sonic 06 and the recovery we've had. We've reached a tipping point again. Is it going to go down? Are we going to manage to plateau through this really difficult economic period? And it's affecting all the companies as well. Sega have done very well to sort of fend it off until now. We had a year or so back, didn't we? We had the American site being downsized quite a lot. What's going to happen? Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? So now that you've all this will be gabble on for ages about this. My goodness, we could probably have some more music. Now music break for Q&A UK, because it's going to be quite a big show, this one. I did have somebody request something, I do believe. Let me just... yeah, Donny, Sonic Paradox, wanted Rooftop Run Day from Sonic Unleashed. I think we can do that for you, Donny. Rooftop Run Day. I'll tell you what, as I'm talking over Fastest Thing Alive, I'll put that on after that, because you'll probably want to hear that, I'm guessing. And then we'll have another track to be decided. Actually, you know, I'm going to put Poison Spear on after that from Sonic and the Secret Rings, okay? So we're going to have Rooftop Run Day from Sonic Unleashed, Noisy Neighbours, which is currently playing in the background, but you'll hear it properly without me talking over it. Fastest Thing Alive from Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, aka Sat AM, and then we've got Poison Spear from Sonic and the Secret Rings. I'm back afterwards with Q&A UK. Get your questions in via PM or via Twitter. I'll answer them the best as I can. See you in a bit.
attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Look out when he storms through. Sonic the Hedgehog, don't doubt what he can do. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
He's got a massive wrench, get out of his way!
I guess that's the siren to let you know that we're running out of time for the show. But we're just going to have time for some Q&A UK. Get your PMs in to me, and we'll see what we can do in order to get things done. I'm actually just going to check out the forum, as I know somebody was going to put some questions in there. If you got some questions, if you do have questions, by the way, that you wanted to do before the show, or you're not going to make the show and you want me to answer them, you can always go to Inferior Online, the Sonic Rex, Emerald Coast, Sega Media, those guys, hello the Fast Feet, forum. There is a very specific Radio Redux subsection there, and you can put questions in there if you're a part of the board. You don't have to worry about getting them in on time on the day, do you? Disco Ponies had a question. What are the plans for the Rex YouTube channel going forward? Well, more original videos would be nice. Get some more stuff up. Might get some more Radio Redux shows up on there. Specific interviews and things like that is what stuff we've been looking at doing. Who knows? They might even like me enough that they give us, partnership at some point. I'd like to finish off the Sonic 06 videos, so we've got the entire set on there. I think we're missing Sonic's ones. And then we move on to Secret Rings. Secret Rings off. No, finish off Colours. I think is probably the other thing we really should do is finish off Colours. Generations is now done, apart from the little in-betweeny bits, but that can happen at another time. All the cutscenes are now done for that. But yeah, more original stuff. Look forward to the Christmas Blast video. Got put on the back burner a bit because of some things. Like getting the Operation Portsmouth video done, and also the Disco Ponies video, which, like I said, if you haven't seen the Disco Ponies video, don't do it till the end of the show. And I'll need to be very quick here to prevent it from just starting up. Whack the link into the board. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, man. So we've got that. There's like 3 or 4 more Operation Portsmouth videos. There's another Operation Portsmouth down the line, apparently, but whether or not I do anything for that is another question, because I'm not sure whether or not I'm even going. Eon needs more cowbell, according to the Chaos homework. Business I tried to register before, but the validation code picture never appeared, so I couldn't finish signing up. Yeah, something was up with that. I did change the system round it a while ago. Busy Lizzie, grab me afterwards, and I will grab me afterwards, and I will sort that out for you. Okay. People are now watching the video and wondering what the heck is going on. But so there's a few things we've got planned down the line in terms of video reviews and things like that. So yeah, and obviously we're doing more things with you, Disco Ponies. We're doing more stuff with you, which we're doing anyway. But I think there'll be streaming things that are going on there as soon as I've saved up enough money to actually get a decent thing. I've got to say, I'm known for a lot of stuff at the moment. I've got to pay off all the bills from the old house still, and rent and stuff, and I've got to get things done. But in time, we'll be able to do streaming things and put videos up for that, and then hopefully YouTube will like us enough to make us a partner as well. Sob. This companion goes, oh really? Well, we work with you anyway. I think a compilation of bits from there with me saying stuff would be out of the question. For the SW channel. But we work much with you. We want to work with you long times. We have the same sort of. We do the same sort of thing. For goodness sake. Yes. So that's that. So that question answered. Zonic Zone Cop says, if you could roboticize one thing, what would it be? It would be the southwestern coast of Sweden. Hate that place. It's caused me nothing but grief and misery. Southwestern coast of Sweden. I don't know. Something like that. But otherwise, I don't know. If there was a pet that I really liked, if I had a pet. I'm getting to it. Where's the relative part? Well, relative part, the Radio Redux bit of the forum. Go there and put a question in. Alternatively, tweet the question and I'll try and answer it very quickly. Oops, there was another question down here. There was one from Twitter, wasn't there? If I remember rightly. Trying to find the thing. M20 says, how would you define Easter? Max Fossil says, Robo Puppy. Robo Puppy loves you. How would I define Easter? I think its current definition is okay, actually. It's a religious celebration, which is the Christian religious celebration. I don't really want to go into religion so much because I know it's actually you dare mention religion in the Sonic community because the Sonic community the Sonic community is fantastic at tolerance to all things with the exception of religion, and the concept that somebody might be religious in any way is just really poorly handled by the Sonic community. Which is saddening, actually. But it's also but the combination of there's a religious seriousness to it for those people who would like that, and also there's the kids celebration with the chocolate and the bunnies and hot cross buns and things like that. I think that balance as it currently is fine. In chocolate we trust, says SF91. Yes, in chocolate we do trust. Think of Easter as like Valentine's Day if you don't have a Valentine. In that it's a payoff for not having chocolate that time. Okay? What's this about? I'm getting sent, which is Charlie Brooker suggesting Sonic is gay. What? Oh, crikey. I'm one of those people who don't think that Charlie Brooker is actually the be-all and end-all to everything. We just had the beep you just heard was the sound of Mr. John Finlay, Turbo himself, saying, "Who would you want to have by your side in the zombie apocalypse? Well, either yourself or Earthfarts, for obvious reasons, in that you're all sharpshooters. Shadow Fox would also be good. I'd also like a fantastic piece of eye candy there. If you like Depeche Mode, that's fine. It's all good. Just get back. The Sonic community is full of nerds and furries and no room for Jesus. Yeah, but going back to that point, it is honestly, check out the forums like SMB and other stuff, and it's just for all the other things about sexuality and alternative lifestyle, which they're fantastic about, and it's something that I've actually many times said as one of the things that makes me really proud of the Sonic community is how well they do. Does something your phone really wants to say in matters? That's actually TweetDeck saying that I've got a message because it's still set up under the old stuff. Stop making noise. Stop it. Thank you. Right, that should be a bit better. Make no more noise now. But it's just one of those things that, for some reason, they're fantastic about all those really adult subjects, except religion. It's a really bad subject for them. God knows why. That's ironic in itself. Earthfart's now debating the fact that why the heck am I a sharpshooter? I run in with a chainsaw and go rah and somehow kill witches. Yes, that is very true. Anthony also asked, what would be the perfect food for springtime? Sagrish food. Spring rolls, presumably. Onion rings. I'm trying to think of parody foods now, and it's not working very well. I don't know. As anything you can create from a food-filled space carrier bag. Mayo feta. Bayo feta. That's the best I'm going to be able to give you, I think, isn't it? Oh, Bayo feta. Oh, did I really just come up with that? Oh boy. It's the cheese. It's a cheese that takes off its own rind and uses it as a weapon. Anyway, I think that's all the questions. Did anyone have any more? Did they find the particularly? Dog DJ here just tweeted about it. Yeah, we played that and loved that track. Man, that was awesome. I think that's all the questions, though. Is there any more for any more? because otherwise I'm going to end the show right here, right now, with some more music. Yeah, okay. Was there another piece of... No, okay. Right, so we're out of questions. It's time to go then. What shall we have to round off the day? Well, I think somebody wanted Sonic Boom. I seem to recall somebody asking me for the new version of Sonic Boom. Have I actually not got the new version of Sonic Boom? Oh my! I apparently do not. Wow, I'm surprised by that. I must have it, surely. Cash, cash! Cash, cash! Cash, cash, who I still maintain I don't like. No, nothing there. Sorry. Instead, you can have instead from Sonic Rush the Blazy mix of Back to Back, because there's been a lot of talk about Blaze going on in the background of the chat room, I noticed. And after that, something or the other from Sonic Adventure 2. But yeah, long show today. Long show. 40. But it makes up for the last show of it all being caught short and everything. So yeah, Water Palace, Back to Back 2 Blazing Mix. Ooh, Sonic Adventure 2. Should we have something nice and fast, please? I'm obsessed with getting dodgy stuff. We're going to have a cooperation for Canon's Core version 2 after that. And then some sort of Sonic vocal theme. So some Crush 40 to end it. There you go. We're going to have... Oops. I've never turned back. Just to round it all off. So, Water Palace, Back to Back Blazing Mix from Sonic Rush. Cooperation for Canon's Core version 2 from Sonic Adventure 2. And then Crush 40 with Never Turn Back from Shadow the Hedgehog. That will round out your day and round out the show. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back next week most likely, after which, of course, is also the return of the Sonic Show live stream. But for now, I've been ArchNGK, this has been Radio Redux. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Is it true? I'm interrupting a bit. Hello. The next show that you will see on Radio Sega will actually be is Captain Cloud Chaser's show. 1 second, I'll get all the details. Again. Right, so sorry about that. I was just double checking something because frankly I was a bit dubious, but it's the next scheduled Radio Sega live show is actually Captain Cloud Chaser coming back with a fantastic Sword of Sega. Hey, if you wanted a radio show RPG, really check it out, it's great. She does a really good job. That is going to be on at 9 o'clock on 9 o'clock UK time, I should say, Wednesday. Check it out. Check out all the other Radio Sega shows. Sega Media have got a fantastic schedule, actually, which I only just found out about. If you go to segamedia.com/TV-radio, alternative video if you're in the IRC, FastFeet's got a link up there. Check out all the other shows that you can listen to. There's brilliant shows out there, guys, not just RR. Take the chance. You never know, might be something you like. See you next week.